Hey guys, Random Cat here, and more Steins Gate. If I remember correctly, we got up to the next chapter. Chapter 5, I thought so. So we're nearing the end. Having had already played this before and watched the anime before, I kinda know what happens. Although I believe that you have, based on the choices that I've done via the text message. And so let's see how it goes. I open my eyes to a scarlet sky. My back. Lying face up. Sky is vast and ominous. I've never seen it like this before. Where am I? Get up. There is nothing here. A wasteland stretches to the horizon. Nothing but rock and dust as far as the eye can see. No sun. No warmth. Cold. Not a single breath of wind. Like hell. Like hell. Frozen world. It can't be Earth. Mars. I could believe. Why am I here? Sorry. It must be a dream. I give up thinking about it and lie down again on the sand. I guess I'll wake up soon. I should just wait until then. I wait, but the dream shows no sign of ending. Have I ever had a dream this lucid before? The terrible ringing in my ears that keeps me awake. I realize that it's the sound of silence. My belongings are gone. I have no watch, no phone. The lack of motion numbs my time. Look through. Um. So the lack of motion numbs my senses. How long have I been laying here? It might have only. It might have only been a second. It might have been 3 days. An epiphany. Concept of time is a human construct. The universe at large has no use for it. Time is a cage that we created to feel secure. Within its walls, we can forget our own significance. I'm thirsty. It hurts to breathe. This void is no place for a human. We're not strong enough to live in a world without time. Tears fill my eyes. What do they mean? No longer. I want to die. Yes, let's die. But what is death? Frozen in time. Time stopped for me to go. I die in a world. Inside me is crumbling. Who am I? Barely recall. My soul is melting into the. Someone there? Anyone? Something moved my eye. Possible. Try to move my eyes, but I've forgotten how. Found you? Pleasant voice silences the buzzing in my ears. It reminds me of who I am. This time, my eyes move. Girl sitting on a nearby rock. Recognize her. It is. Oh, I can't even remember her name off the top of my head. Frozen brain comes alive. Present breathes new life into this dead world. Mayuri, that's the one. My brain is still half asleep and I cannot speak. Mayuri, Gina Mayuri, my oldest friend. Smiles at me, swinging her legs. This is Earth, you know. 70 million years ago. Only 70 million, and it's dead like that. Some scary people sent you here in a time machine. A dream, right? Mayushi went looking for you and found ocarins from many world lines. You're one of many ocarins, and also the original. Mayushi is one of the many Mayushis, and also the original. The original. Now, Ocarin and Mayushi are going to die here. Wow. That's pretty bleak. That actually made me shiver a little bit. This is a dream, right, mate? But I know that another Ocarin and Mayushi will pick up where we left off 70 million years in the future. So, everything's A-okay. This is a dream? Yeah. I jerk awake on top of the sofa. My body is drenched in sweat. It was a dream. Must have fallen asleep sometime around noon. What a horrible nightmare. I guess that threatening email I got is still weighing on my mind. I got the email basically. I think it was a picture of jelly, which knowing anime, he's getting threatened that he turned to jelly, like the jelly men. Still, Mayuri had to save me, even if it's unacceptable. I'm saves her the way it should be. What are you being a man? You have to save all the girls, the pathetic little girls. Also, I did see this last episode, but I didn't see it previously. There's the frog cat. Besides, Mayuri's not smart enough to talk about time travel like that. Get up and look around the room. Right where I expect to find her. In front of the TV watching a Rynet Kakeru DVD. On the screen, the Upa riding Kakeru shoulder is screaming something unintelligible. I wish I had an Upa. Another world line you. They're sitting there all spaced out. Mayuri needs my protection. Dream was wrong. I get Dr. P, Dr. Pepper, checked my phone. No new email. Sent Taito an email hours ago just to make sure that he really isn't Suzaha's father. Obviously, Daru and the others don't know that I changed the past. Instead, they remember partying with Suzaha all night long. It was strange listening to them talk happily about an event I attended but do not remember. This is Hoin Kyoma. Ah, that is Nyan. Oh, it's Akiha. Oh. Yeah, who's that, yeah? I could have sworn her real name was Akiha. Don't tell me. Could the D-mail have changed? No, it didn't. Okay. Feliz is Feliz, nya. I don't have any other names, nya. Yeah, right. Your true name is Feliz. My apologies. Of course, she's just being her usual self. But what is it? Feliz is calling me. It might be about the IBN 5100. She did promise to help us find one. You've been too conspicuous, yeah? The cat's out of the bag, and now you're trapped, yeah? Huh? More Feliz's usual nonsense. The four Guardians Kings have awoken. Yeah? There's no escape now? Yeah, that's so. If you think the four Guardian Kings can stop me, just wait and see. Akiba will be drowning in blood before nightfall. After the four Guardian Kings are the four Guardian Queens, yeah? After that is the 8 Devils, and then the Black Angel 12. You are crazy. Crazy, crazy lady. You're not really a lady, you're more of a girl because you're not 18 yet, you crazy girl. With your cat ears covering your ponytails. Tails. Twin tails, I mean. That many. What's going on in this town? You really stirred up a hornet's nest, Nya. I'm sorry, Kyoma, but this is checkmate, Nyan. No, it's not over yet. If I can just acquire the item, I can turn... Have you still not located an IBN 5100? Sorry, Nya. I have agents looking all over the world, but still no luck, Nya. Wait, so she had no progress? Please hurry, I'm running out of time. You're rich. Okay, Nya. I'll tell you as soon as I find one, Kyoma. Till then, hold on to your 9 lives, Nyan. Yeah, I can't die yet. Else I can't. Hang up before I could finish. Damn it, that's why I hate talking to Faddis. Anyway, moving on. Time around, my search for an IBN 5100 is going poorly. I suppose I should consider myself lucky for having found one so easily the first time. The IBN 5100 is practically an urban legend. There are people like Molka who spent months searching with no success. Last time it barely took me 3 days to reach Yanabayashi Shrine, almost as if something was guiding me there. It was fate. No. The choice of stuff. That's why its loss is so painful. Guess that's why they call it the Phantom. Daru is sitting at his computer like always. I read on @channel that some collector will pay millions of yen to buy one. IBN 5100 is a serious business, man. They have that higher premium. People must know this. They're all after the data in CERN's mainframe. I don't get it. How come they're so expensive? I mean, I guess they were pretty expensive to begin with. Looks like one cost about 200k back then. Back in the day. $2. Expensive. That is actually really expensive. Anyway, I can't believe it's so hard to find one. I don't even think my computer costs that much, and my computer is bloody expensive. I can't believe it's so hard to find one. Sure, it was a nice machine for its time, but only for its time. You'd have to be crazy to want one. Maybe it's one guy buying them all up. The harder something is to obtain, the stronger the desire for it becomes. That's how people are. That's exactly how I feel now. In the depths of CERN, completely isolated from the outside, lies a database coded with an IBM 5100. What secrets are sleeping there? Could it contain the data from CERN's time machine research? Could there be proof that the Committee of 300 exists? The desire to know grows stronger by the day. Not just about plunging the world into chaos anymore. We need the power to oppose CERN's evil ambitions. And then there's that threatening emails to the one about the jelly. It's kind of intimidating, to be honest. Daru is confident that CERN won't find us, but I can't afford to take that for granted. After all, we're up against the brightest minds in the world, the scientists who invented the World Wide Web. And they're backed by a secret organization more powerful than any nation. We're way out of our league here. I'd have no trouble at all crushing our puny lab if they design. That's why we need a trump card to hold against them. But without an IBN 5100, we can't move forward. Getting restless. Whoa! This? Daru suddenly lurches forwards to stare at his monitor.
どうした
What's wrong?
いや、
But
こんなのありえない
there's
んで
no
すけど。
way that's right.
どういうことか説
What are
明
you
しろ
talking about? Explain.
今
Well, I'm pulling data off the server looking for a way to gain root access.
なんかやけにセルの
And
デ
these
ータベー
files
ス
are
の情報が
downloading
落ち
crazy
てくる
fast. I
の
mean,
が
we're
早い
talking
な
light
と
speed
思っ
here.
てたんだけど。これすげえよ。
Hard to believe,
なぜ
but
か
for
この
some
ビル
reason this
周
area
辺
has
か
a
ら
direct fiber
セル
optic
まで
line to
直通
CERN.
の光回線が
Several
通っ
lines
て
even.
る。しかも一本じゃなくてたくさん束になってるお。
直通とは
Correct.
普通とは何が違う
文字通り直
I
通。
mean, there's literally a fiber optic cable running from underneath this building to CERN's headquarters in France.
普通の場合は
No,
違
that
う
can't be true. That's strange.
全然違うっつうの。
Yeah. Daru calls up National Assembly of France's websites. He brings up the command prompt and hammers out some commands.
ほら見てみ。
Have a look.
これは
This
この
is
PC
the
から
route we
フラン
used
ス
to
の
visit
国
the
民議会
National
のサイト
Assembly
を
of
見る
France's
ときの
site.
経路なわけ。
Okay. It starts from our IP address. From there, it passes through various relays in Japan, jumps to France, and bounces around there for a while before finally reaching the National Assembly's site. Ah, I see. That becomes... What? Like 16 steps total to get there. Average transfer rate is about 300 milliseconds. That's normal for an overseas connection. In other words, there's a route we have to take to get to France from Japan. Everyone takes the same route. Other countries are the same. Even browsing domestically takes about 10 steps. So they have to go through all these things. I guess that's how sites can be blocked by your provider as well. Now let's try CERN. Daru calls up CERN's homepage on the web browser. Then he displays the route like last time. Result.
経路はたったの1
There's only one step. Like before, the signal doesn't pass through any intermediate servers. The PC we're using, its registered name is Akihabara PC, connected directly to CERN in and the transfer rate is hundreds of times better than usual. Crazy fast. Can't even get these numbers domestically, man.
なぜ直通なんだ
Why do we have a direct line?
こん
Is
な
that
の
even
あり
possible?
えるのか
It was like this when we found out. I didn't do anything.
このビルには
So the building already had a
以
hotline to
前から
CERN.
セレンとのホットラインがあるわけか偶然とは思えない
Can't be a coincidence. Must just be the choice of Stein.
シュタインズゲート
Doesn't make sense. Why would there be an independent line running from here all the way to CERN? Daru's so excited he interrupts me. No Japanese or French telecommunication company would set up something like this, which means
設置したのは
CERN did it themselves.
セレン自身か
Daru gulps and cold sweat oozes. Cold sweat oozes from his brow. Feel the chill as well. Hang on. CERN might be able to see everything we're doing. No, maybe. CERN has been expecting us for years. How could that be? The answer is simple. John Titus claimed that CERN completed their time machine in 2034, just 2 years later. The world is a dystopia under their rule. Maybe the CERN of 2034 considers our opposition in 2010 threat. Maybe they used their time machine to travel back to 2000 and install a fiber optic cable to track our every move. Entirely possible. Has the invention of the time machine started an intertemporal war? If so, what can we do? Enemy might be stronger than even I can imagine. No, I mustn't lose heart. I need to think positive.
でもさ、こ
Thanks
の
to
直
this
通
direct
回
line,
線
we
がある
can
お
now
かげで
control the LHC
LHC をこの
remotely.
PC からでも使えるようになったお。
本当にやったのか。
Figured out how?
すごいよ、ダル
Wow, that's amazing, Daru-kun. Mayuri pauses her DVD and comes up
これだ
beside
け
me.
の転送速度だからさ、
DVD, sorry.
遠隔操作もタイムラグほぼゼロだお。まだ実際に試してないけど。
With a connection this fast, we can control the LHC practically in real time. I haven't actually tried it yet, though. Right, even if this is some kind of CERN trap, we might be able to make use of it. They're still vulnerable to attack.
LHC って
The LHC is that 20-kilometer long tunnel thing, right?
大
What
きなト
does
ン
it
ネ
do
ルでしょ
again? It's a little
要
tiny
所を加速
particle
して衝突させ
into
る。
another two particle smash, basically. It accelerates protons and smashes them together.
あ、
Oh
そうそう
yeah, mini black
ミニ
holes,
ブラッ
right?
クホールを作れるんだよね
No.
公式発表じゃ、
The official line is that the mini black hole might manifest as a byproduct of the particle collision, but that's not the truth.
極秘の内部資料によれば、初めからブラックホールを作るために建設された装置だった。
Hang on. According to the top secret documents we found, the LHC was intended to create black holes from the very beginning. But we still don't know exactly how they do it. We need to think of a way to...
岡部
Abe. Risu suddenly emerges from the development room. She was cooped up in there all morning. Her expression is unusually grave.
どうした？
What's wrong?
やっと解が出
I
た
figured it out.
電話レンジの仕組みのことよ
Think I know how the phone wave works.
解明したのか？
Really? Risu nods. She still hasn't smiled.
あくまで
Keep in mind that this is just a hypothesis based on what we've observed.
今話してた
Closely related to what you guys were just
大
talking
きく
about.
関係する話
HC.
LHC は世界
I
一大
believe-
きな電子レンジ
I believe it was you, Christina, who
そう
killed
いう
the
例えを挙
LHC,
げ
the
たのはお前
world's
だ。
largest
Christina.
microwave.
そう
Yes,
その通り
exactly.
だった
My hunch was right.
電話レンジは
Created a
と
monster,
んでもない
Okabe.
化け物よ
So,
こんな雑居ビルの一室
Doesn't
に置い
belong
とい
in
てい
some
いものじゃ
amateur
ない
lab. And before you take that as an endorsement of your ability,
Negative.
I mean it in a bad way. Lisu clutches her arms as if to keep from trembling.
具体的に説明してもらお
Give me
う。
details.
電子レンジって
Did you know that the microwave
元々は
oven was invented as a byproduct of radar
偶
research?
然生まれたことは知ってる
Daru and I nod. Mayuri shakes her head. We read up on all that back when the phone wave back then the phone wave name subject has changed started acting
発
weird.
生する電磁波の
Microwaves
周
are
波数
electromagnetic waves with a
2.45
frequency
GHz
of
のマイクロ波電話レンジに
2.45
使われている
gigahertz.
のは業
The
務用
phone
の
wave is
強力なや
commercial
つだから
grade, so its output is
出力
around
は
1500
1500から
to
2000ワット
2000
くらいある
watts.
で
Here's the
こ
important
こか
part.
らが重要
Lisa goes on to explain that the electromagnetic wave output by the microwave are somehow connected to the electromagnetic waves outputted by the phone. In fact, you could say they fuse together.
確かにダルの設計図に
According
よ
to
れば
Daru's blueprints,
電子レンジと携帯
the
二つの機器に
microwave
共通する
and
電
the
磁波を
phone
飛
are
ばすため
made
の
to
リード
send
線は
out shared electromagnetic waves by taking their leads
マグネトロンの陰極と陽
and
極に
hardwiring each of
それぞ
them
れ
to
結
the
成してある。
magnetron's cathode and anode. So, type of vacuum tube used in microwave ovens and radars produces strong microwaves. On one hand, we have the microwave's super strong magnetic waves, originally a byproduct of the military's research into radar technology. On the other, we have the cell phone's standardized electromagnetic waves, a frequency now ubiquitous throughout the world. Worrying. What happens when you fuse those two waves?
どっちも電
Both
波を使う
devices
こと
use
に関しては
electromagnetic
一
waves.
致している。
Not a specialist
それ
though,
がどんな
so
範
I
囲で
can't examine the
どんな強さ
extent
で
or
影響を
magnitude
及
of
ぼ
the
すのかは
influences
ちゃん
that
と調べたわけじゃないし、
fusion has.
私仮に
But
携帯電話を踏み台に
hypothetically,
して
if the
周
cell
囲
phone
何
were
百
to
キロ
become
っ
a
ていう
stepping
広範囲
stone,
に影
scattering
響
the
を及ぼすよ
military
うな
grade
電
electromagnetic
磁誘電
waves
磁波がまき散らされ
over a
たと
vast
するの。
range of hundreds of kilometers,
秋葉原どころか
and not just
東京が
Akihabara,
丸ごと
but all of Tokyo would
電子
turn
レン
into
ジの
the
中と同じ状
side
態
of a
になる。
microwave oven.
中にいる人が死に至る
Take
までの時
into
間は
account slight
体
variances
重差
due
に
to
もよる
body
けど
weight, the average
平
time
均
until
して
death for the people
およ
inside
そ
would be
3分。
マ
3 minutes.
ジ？じゃあ
Seriously,
電話レン
then
ジ
the
って
phone wave's
大
a
量破
weapon of
壊
mass
兵器ってこ
destruction,
とじゃ
isn't
ね
it? Is it real?
あの電話レンジの中で
Let me
起きて
tell
い
you
るこ
what
とを
happens inside
教え
that
てあげ
phone
るわ。
wave.
レンジ内の目に見え
The
な
air
い水素
inside
に
the
対
oven
し
is full of
電
invisible
磁波のエネ
hydrogen
ルギー
atoms.
順位が上昇
First,
する。
it bombards
これは
the atoms with
通常の
microwaves
電子
to
レンジの
increase
機能。
their energy potential. This is normal functions of a microwave oven.
そこに
But
携帯電話の
when you
拡散
add
型
the
電磁波が加わること
electromagnetic
によって
the electromagnetic waves from the phone,
レンジ内のあらゆる素
the
粒子が
harmonics
衝
trigger a
突を
chain
繰り
reaction.
返すごとに
The
質量を増
particles
してい
collide
って
repeatedly at
高速に
near
近い
light speed,
円運
gaining
動を
mass
始める。
and energy each time.
それはいわば
In other words,
加速
it
器のよう
becomes
な
a sort
も
of
の。
particle accelerator.
加速器
What the LH really the same. LHC.
じゃあ
So, if the
LHC が
LHC was
ミニブラッ
created
クホー
to
ルを生
generate
成す
mini
るため
black
に
holes,
やはりこの電話レンジ
then
か
the
ここ
phone
に
wave name tells it to
Mini
change
black
must
hole を生み出す。
also produce black holes. Lisu doesn't deny it.
こんなに安定して
The
動作して
miracle
いるの
that
が
thing
奇
has
跡。
been so stable.
ただ
But there's still
まだ
one
わ
thing
か
I
らない
don't
点があっ
understand.
て、ミニブラックホールが生
Even
成
if
さ
it
れ
does
たとして
produce
もそ
mini
れ
black
は
holes,
一瞬
they
で
should
蒸
evaporate
発してしまうはずなの。
instantly.
でもこの電話
But
レンジは
that's not
どう
what
やら
happens
そう
in
じ
the
ゃない。
phone wave. The
バナナや
jellification
唐
phenomena
揚げがゼ
proves
リーマン
that.
になっていることからそれは明らか。LHC と同
Just
じよ
like
う
in
に
the LHC,
Mini
our
black
mini
hole
black
は
holes are
カ
turning
ーブ
into
ラックホー
Kerr
ルに
black
変
holes.
化している。
タイターの理論によれば
According to Taita,
ミニブ
you
ラッ
have
ク
to
ホール
inject
カーブラックホールコアを
electrons
生
to
み出
produce
す
the
ため
Kerr black hole
に
effect.
電子
その
Where
注
do
入される
the
電子が
injected
どこから
electrons
来て
come
いるの
from?
か
That's what I don't
それ
understand.
がわからないの。LHC は
The LHC uses something
ブ
called
ラック
a
ホールに
lifter
電子を注入し
to
て
inject electrons
Juliku
into the
wa
black
control
hole
していた。
and control the gravitational field.
リフターに代替するもの
Something
が
is filling that role
この
inside the
電話
phone
レンジの
wave.
どこかにある。
どこかって
Something?
だからわ
Like
か
I
ら
said,
ない
I don't know what. So I guess that's what it comes down to. All Kurisu's explanation does is confirm our hypothesis that the phone wave name subject to change functions the same as the LHC.
LHC とは何か
Looks like we need to review what the LHC is. Got mail. Time warrior. It's easy to pretend to be someone you're not. Ultimately, however, there's no escaping the contradictions in your false self and the real you. It's a paradox, and paradoxes can't hold. I tried to tell myself that I didn't need anyone. The forming bonds would only hurt, but somehow I ended up joining your circle of friends. I still don't know if it was for the best. No, I'm sure it was. Without you, I would have given up on ever finding my dad. Don't know why I wrote all this. I guess that I'm trying to say thanks. We should do confessions now. Be careful whom you expose your innermost, and may you. Mean but wise thing to say. Time for our LHC Moe guy to shine.
LHC はラージハドロンコライダーの略だね。
Oh, we know that. The LHC stands for the Large Hadron Collider.
ハドロン
Hadron? No.
素粒子の名前。
It's the name of an elementary particle.
で、こいつはフ
The
ランスとスイス
LHC,
にまたがる形で作ら
basically
れ
a
た
huge circular
円形の
tunnel
巨大
underneath
地下トンネ
Switzerland
ル
and
で
France.
全長は約
It's
27
about 100 meters
地下
below the
100メー
ground.
トルの深さにあ
Has a
る。
total length of 27 km. That's a long. 27
トンネ
kills.
ルの中には2本の
There
リ
are
ン
two
グが通
rings
って
that
て
run
リン
through
グの中は
the
超
tunnel.
低温
Inside
の
the
真
ring
空
is a
状態
super
なん
low
だを
temperature vacuum.
つまり宇宙環境を
An
再現
environment
してる
like
わ
outer
け
space.
マジ燃える
Basically, seriously, away.
陽子の加速は
In an
隣接
adjacent
する施設から
facility,
線形加
particles
速
are
器
gradually
陽子シンクロ
accelerated
トロン
by
ブースタ
the
ー
line,
SPS で
sorry,
段階
the
的に
linear
加速されて
accelerator, the proton synchrotron booster, and the super proton synchrotron.
最後に
Finally,
LHC に
they're
注入
injected
され
into the
敷き詰
LHC,
められた超電導磁石に
where
よる最後の加速
they
を行うんだ
undergo their final acceleration via a series of superconducted magnets installed in the tunnel.
最終的に
And
は
now they're
高速の
traveling at up to
99.99991% にまで達するを LHC やばい
99.9999991% the speed of light. That's enough to melt your brain. Not as dangerous as the phone wave, though.
でもって
Finally, the
加速させた陽子を
accelerated
1秒間に
protons
10から
collide
100
approximately
億回ぐら
1 to
い衝突
10
させる
billion times per second.
そこで起きる高エネルギ
The
ー反応
purpose
に
of
つ
the
いて観
LHC
測するのが
project is to study the high energy reactions that result.
って一
Or so
応
they
公
say.
表されてる
We know there are a bunch
大
of
嘘だ
stinking
ったけ
lies.
ど
I guess that about covers it.
そこでラボ面諸君に聞きたい
That, my fellow lab mems,
我
brings
が
us
電
to
話
the
レンジ
question.
カッコ仮によ
Can
っ
the
て
phone wave name
セ
subject
ル
to
ンを出
change
し抜き
beat
物理
CERN
的
to
タイ
the
ムトラベル
true
は可能か
physical
どうか
time travel?
問題は2点ある
Two problems. One,
局所場指定
setting
と
the
リフター
destination. Two, the lifter.
局所場指定について
We've
は
already
前
established
も
that
言
the
った通り
D mail arrives precisely when and
D
where
メー
it's
ルはきち
supposed
ん
to.
と指定先に届いている
検証もなしに結論を出
Dangerous
すの
to
は危険
accept
よ
that without verification. Agreed.
リフターの代わりを担
As
っ
for
て
the
いるもの
lifter,
については
we already know it
す
exists.
でに
We just need to
ある
figure
こと
out
は
what it...
見つけられるとは思え
I
ない
don't think we're going to
こ
find
の
it.
小さな
The
電
phone
子レン
wave's
ジの
not
中を
exactly big,
私た
you
ちは
know,
もう何
and we've
日も
been
かけて調
poking
べ
at
ま
it
くっ
for
ている
days
けど
without turning up a
ヒント
clue.
さえ手に入らない
Funny how they've only been working on it for a few days and they've found all of this amazing science behind this. Although they still don't know what it is or how
も
it
し
works.
仮に見つけ出したとしても
Even if we do find
注
it,
入する
it'll
電
take
子量
forever
の
to
調
learn
整に
how
は
to tune the
さらに
electron
膨大な
feed
時間が
properly.
いる
膨大ってどんぐらい
How long is forever?
セルンは9年を
Burn's
かけ
been
ても
working on
解
it for
決
9 years
できてい
and
な
they
い
still haven't solved it. And they've probably got tens to hundreds of thousands of scientists working on it. We're just amateurs, so it's bound to take even longer. Wait,
ならば
let's look at it from a different angle.
セルンは人間
CERN
を
tried to
物理
send
的にタイ
people
ムトラ
back
ベル
in
させよう
time,
とした
but
が
they couldn't get the electron
注
feed
入電
right.
子量の調整が
The
うまくいか
singularities
ず
were not naked.
得意点を裸にできていないそれはこの
It's the
電話レン
same
ジ
with the
カッコ
phone
に
wave
同じ
name
ことだ
subject to change. You
ゼ
can
リー
only
は
send
にならず
36 bytes
無事
of
に送れ
data
るデータ
safely,
量は
otherwise you get a
36 バ
jellyman.
イトプラスアルファだけそこで
Let's consider the problem in reverse.
一人の人間を丸
What
ごと
if
データ
we
化し
could convert a human to data, then
36
compress
バイ
that
トプラ
data
スア
into
ルファ
just
まで圧縮
36
してしまえ
bytes?
ばいいと考えるんだそうすれば
We could send that
D
person
mail
through the ring singularity
リン
just
グ
like
得
a
意
D
点を
mail,
通過で
couldn't
きる
we?
ではないか
人間を丸ごとデー
Convert
タ
a
化っ
human to
て
data?
そんなことで
That's
き
not
るわ
even
けないじゃ
possible,
ん
man.
もしできたとしても
And even if it
そのデー
were,
タ容量
there'd
天
be
文
like
学的な数字になるんじゃね
exabytes of data or something.
それを
You
ど
want
う
to
やって
compress
たったの
that into
36バイトまで
36
圧縮
bytes?
するん
Are you
バ
high?
カなの死ぬの
いいアイデアだと思
It
った
was
ん
a
だ
good idea. Guess it's not that easy. Barriers to time travel are just high. Are just not that easy to figure out. I turned to Korisu, meaning to ask her opinion, and then I realized that her expression has changed dramatically. Her eyes are wide as saucers, and her mouth is hanging open.
そうかそれな
If
ら
it works, then maybe.
もしかしたら
Pauses for a second and then,
できるかもしれない
maybe we can do it. Do what? Time travel? Hard to believe what Korisu was saying, even though it was my idea in the first place.
本気で言っているの
Are you serious? Korisu grins triumphantly in response.
少なくとも
The data
データ
compression
容
part
量
at
の超
least.
圧縮について
Easy.
は簡単よ LHC で作ったブラッ
We
ク
can
ホー
just
ルを利用
use
すればいい
The black holes
ブラック
created
ホー
by
ル
the
も飲
LHC.
み込んだあらゆ
If
るも
black
のを
holes
超圧
compress
縮してしまう
everything
んだ
they
から
swallow.
圧縮するものが
Compression won't
単な
harm
るデー
data
タなら
like it would harm a
人間み
human.
たいに潰
As
され
long
るこ
as
と
we're
で
just sending
命が
data,
失われ
there's
ることも
nothing
な
to
い。
worry about. Get it. But wait, can we really pull off such a stunt? And besides,
人間のデータ
how
化
do
に
you
ついて
plan
は
to
どうする
convert
つもりだ
humans into data?
サイエンス誌に
You know
私
that
の
my
論文が
thesis
載っ
got
たって
published,
いうこ
right?
とは
なぜいきなり自慢を
There's no
始め
time
る
to flaunt your accomplishment.
その論文を読んだ
Have you
こと
read
は
it? Haven't.
おう、その
I've
後
got
のサイエ
scans
ンス
if you
誌
want
な
to
ら
read it.
スキャンして撮ってあるお。
Dadu opens up his image folder, scrolls past tons of 2D porn, and then opens up the scanned image. Sure enough, there's Kurisu's name in big English letters.
論文のタイトルは
Title of my thesis is
側頭葉に蓄積された記憶に
Analysis
関
of
する神経パル
Memory-Related
ス信号
Nerve
の解析
Impulses in Temporal Lobe.
側頭葉
Temporal lobe,
Sync
nerve
impulse.
impulses. That
Are
means
they?
you convert
Okarin
people's
shiranakatta?
thoughts to maybe. Didn't know?
いや待て
No, wait.
戦うのは
This can't be right. The title
この
sounds like
タイ
I'm neuroscience,
え
not physics. Neuroscience. That's pretty obvious. The scientific study of the brain. The field incorporates biology, genetics, medicine, psychology, and electrical engineering.
物理学というより脳科学の分野では
脳科学専
I'm
攻
a
ですけど何
neuroscientist.
か
Got a problem? What? Can't believe it. From the way she talks about particle accelerators and time travel theory, I was sure she had to be a physicist.
いやそれは
No,
まあ
forget about that. How is this related to
それと
time travel?
タイムトラベルとどんな関係が
人間丸ごとのデータ化は無理でも
Converting an entire human to data is impossible.
人間の記
But
憶丸ごとのデータ化なら可能っていう
Converting
こと
a human's memories may be data. Yusu proceeds to explain her thesis. Memories accumulate in something called the parahippocampal gyrus? Gyrus, I guess, or hippocampus, which is located in the temporal lobe of the brain. What exactly are memories? This thesis analyzes that question from a neuroscientific perspective. Of all of the brain's functions manifest as electrical signals running through its neurons. Even memories are written to the hippocampus by electrical. Oh. Kurisu analyzes how specific electrical signals correspond to memories. The mechanism by which humans recall memories can be likened to a word association game. You begin with a vague abstract image which calls successive images of increasing clarity.
タンスの引き出しの一つ一つには
Imagine
小さ
a
い箱
chest
が
of
びっ
drawers.
しり入っ
Each
て
drawer
る
is filled with
De,
tiny boxes, and
その
inside each
たくさんの
box is
箱の
another
中に
bunch
も
of tiny boxes.
さらに小
You
さな
keep
小
opening
箱が
boxes until you find the memory you're looking for.
そんな風に想像してもらえばいい
Kurisu discovered that the number of retrieval commands, nerve impulses, search up memories is surprisingly low. Out of hundreds of millions of nerve impulse patterns in the brain, only a few thousand are related to memory. It was the successful analysis of these patterns that earned Kurisu and her research team critical acclaim in the scientific community.
この研究単体だけじ
Now,
ゃ岡部の言ったア
Before
イデ
you
アとは
ask how
全
this
然関
relates
係
to
なさそ
time
うだけど
travel, there's
More
one more
thoughts
thing I need to explain.
私の通ってる大学
Several years ago,
ビクトル・コンドリア大学の精神生理学研究所がビジュアルリビルディング略して VR 技術っていうのを
lab
何
at
年か前に
Victor
開発した
Condoria University developed a technology called visual rebuilding, or VR for short.
簡単に説明すると
Put simply,
ビデオカメラ
it
なんかの映
enables
像機器に映した
conversation,
風景
conversions
の
of
映
video
像信
data
号
into
を
nerve
神
impulse
経パルス
signals.
信号にコンバートする技術のこと逆に
Used in
神経パル
reverse,
ス
it
を
can
普通の
also
電気信号
convert
に
nerve
コンバートする
impulses
ことも
into
でき
video
る
data or any kind of electronic data.
でこの VR 技術と
So if we
私
combine
た
the
ちの研究
VR
を組み合わせ
technology
る
with
と
my research,
どう
see
な
where
る
I'm
と思う
going?
まさか
Oh, what?
人間の記
We
憶
can
の
convert memories into
Data.
data.
それだけじゃない
Not just that,
記憶の移
memory
植
transplantation, backups,
Gaibu
external storage, all of these things become possible.
できるようになる。
Science fiction. In a sense, this technology could be used to copy a person's, at least their memory, not necessarily their soul, but according to Kalisu, some religious groups strongly oppose this research, as you might expect. On the other hand, it is about the pop. In any case, it's amazing that my assistant here was able to make such an incredible discovery. Of course she did have a university supporting her, but still.
つまり
So, basically what you're saying is that we convert the subject's memories into video data,
それを
use the LHC's black holes to compress that data into 36 bytes,
超圧縮30電話レンジカッコ仮
and that data through the curved black holes into the phone wavename subject to change, and finally imprint those memories in the subject brains in the past.
どういうこと？
What does that mean? It means you can get your memories and send them back to Mayuri in the past.
記憶だけの時
And
間
send
跳
them
躍。
back in time.
物理的定数
In
によ
order to
るタイムトラベ
differentiate
ル
it
と区
from
別するた
physical
めに
time travel,
仮にこ
let's
っち
call it a
は
time leap
タ
for
イム
now.
リープと定義しましょうか。肉体を含めた
Don't
物
go
理
back,
的転
just
送
your
ではなく
memories.
記憶だけを過去へと跳躍させる。あまりに突飛すぎて
It's so crazy
誰
that
もまと
nobody
もに
thought
考
of
えよう
it
とし
before.
なかった方法。
Right, the idea is ridiculous, which is exactly why none of the geniuses at CERN could have come up with it. But this union of physics, neuroscience, and theology will make the impossible possible. Transfer memories to the past via cell phone to time leap.
ポイントは
The important
転
thing
送するのは
is to
記憶
remember
だけ
is that only memories are being transferred. Oh. Have to transfer.
人格や意識についてはこれに含まない
Personalities and consciousnesses aren't included.
どういうことだ
What does that mean? How is it
SF
possible,
小説でよくあ
different
る
from
タイム
what
リープとは
you see in
何か
sci-fi
違うの
novels?
SF とかでよくある
Time
タイム
leaping
リ
in
ープは
sci-fi usually
意識、
sends
人格、
everything,
記憶の
consciousnesses,
全てを跳躍
personalities,
してい
and
る。
memory.
でも
But
意
in
識
real
や人
life,
格まで
there's
含めると
probably too
デー
much
タ量
data,
が
and
膨大にな
besides,
るだろ
we
うし
only
そ
analyze
もそも
memories.
私の研究室が解析できた意識人格と
Think of consciousness,
記憶は別と考え
personality,
て
and memory as separate things.
記憶は
Memories
コン
are
ピューター
like
で
the
いうとこ
video
ろの
data
画
stored
像
on
データや
your
映像
computer.
データと同じそれに対して
And consciousness and personalities are like the
いわば
OS.
OS ということになる
容量ってことな
But
ら
videos
OS より
can
画
take
像
up
や
way
映像の
more
方が
space
大
than
きい
the
場合
OS.
もあるじゃん。
あくまで例えよ
An example,
そもそも
for
人格や意
starters,
識
it's
って
still not clear
いまだにどこに
where
あるのか
personalities and
どんな仕組み
consciousnesses
でそ
are
れが成
located
立しているの
or
か
how they are
はっきり
constructed.
しないのだからそれを
So we can't
データ
convert
化して
them
移
into
植する
data,
の
or
は
at least I
少
can't.
なくとも私
記憶だけの場合
So we can only send
Don't know
memories.
how
Where
to
does that
use it.
leave us?
パーソナリティは
Your memories
記憶だ
aren't
け
the
で形
only
成さ
thing
れる
that
わけじゃない
defines you. Even if you
だか
send
ら
your memories to
記
the
憶を
past,
転
it will
送して
be
も
the
転
receiving
送先の意識や
consciousness and
人格に依
personalities
存
that
する
process them.
マインドーズで言うと
So in
リストの入ってる
Minder's terms,
PC で
well, the most widely used operating system in the world.
作ったデータを
Um,
9号の
copying
入ってる
data from a
PC に
Vista
コピ
computer
ペする
to a
って感じか
Min 95 computer.
最新の OS で作られ
Data
たデ
created
ー
with
タ
the
が
latest OS
旧
might
式の
not
OS
work
で
on
ちゃ
an
んと
older
動作
OS.
する
It
かわ
might
から
cause
ない
errors.
それに
For example,
例えば
if you sent
小
your
学生
current
の頃の
memories
自
to
分に
yourself in
今の
elementary
記憶
school,
を
gap
転送
between
した
your
場合
memories and your body
記憶と肉
would
体の
have
ギャッ
serious
プのせいで
consequences.
精神的な障害が起きるかもしれない
いずれにせよ
Anyway, is it correct to assume that we'll be targeting ourselves in the
前提条
past?
件だという認識で正しいか
Lisu nods at my...
D メールと同じように
Just like with the
携帯
Dmail,
電話を介して
we're
行
using
わ
cell
れる
phones
跳
as the
躍だから
transfer medium.
正確に言うと
To be precise, you can only leap
過去の自分の
into your
体で
own body
なおか
and
つ
only if you
携
had a
帯を
cell
持ってい
phone
る時
at the
点まで
time
し
of
か
reception.
跳躍できないと思う
There was an exception in Nico's case where we sent a Dmail to a pager, but that doesn't apply to time
そ
leap.
れに飛ば
To
され
try
た先
sending
が
memories
同
to
一人物
someone
じゃ
else,
ないと
how do I put it?
例
There's
え
a
れば
danger that the
電
electrical
気信
signal
号
might
が
be
マッチング
rejected.
せずに弾かれてしまう恐れも
そもそも他
Wouldn't
人の
want to jump
体に
into
入っち
someone
ゃった
else's
ら大
body, I
変だし
mean,
ね
unless it's the body of a cute
まあ
girl.
僕的には可愛いおにゃの子の中なら喜んで
Is this guy
入るけど
capable of a non-perverted thought? No, he's not.
うへへじゃないわよ。
Don't me, you idiot.
弾かれるだけならいいけど。
If it just bounces off, that's fine. But I'm worried incompatible memory data might do serious damage to the recipient's
どん
side.
な結果になるかわからない。
Don't know what might happen.
人類
No
初
one's
の
done it before
試みだ
after
か
all. That makes us pioneers. I like it.
ら。はっきりしているのは
There are two things I
自
do
分が
know.
生まれる以前に
One,
は
you definitely
絶対にいけないという
cannot
こと。
go back before
自
you were
分が二
born.
人同
And
時に存
two,
在することはない
you
と
won't
いう
exist in
こ
two
と。
places at once.
だからタイムパラドックスが
That
発生
means
す
you
る心
don't
配は
have
な
to
い。
worry about causing a time
自分が生まれる
paradox.
前に
Can't
親
kill
を
your
殺す
parents
ことはで
before
き
you
な
were
いの。
born.
携帯が
So the phones
ブラック
act
ホー
like
ルと
black and
ホワイ
white
トホールの
holes.
代わりとい
Seems
う
like a
ことだ。
strange coincidence that cell phones would be the medium of time travel, but really, could it have been anything else? These days, people wear their phones like a second skin. No other medium would reliably deliver the memories to their intended time. The more I think about it, the more I realize this was meant to be. I whip out my phone and place it to my ear.
俺だ。
Me, everything is falling into place. The plan can now proceed to the final stages. I'm talking about Operation
計画はこれより最終段階に入
Bethundy.
る。無論。オペレーションベルダンディのことだ。
Bethundy, I thought so. Second of the three Norns, the goddesses of fate. In three sisters tend the world tree. Yag, Brazel, whose roots lie in Erd's mountain. Bethundy, the Norn of the present, popularized in Japan by the Hidden Goddess manga. Christina had me fooled. I never knew she was capable of this. It must have been the choice of Steins Gate that sent her here.
まさにシュタイン案ずるな。
Don't worry, I have everything under control. Nothing can stop us now.
今の俺たちは
El
無敵
Sai Conqueror.
エルプサイコングル。
Put away my phone and turn to Christina.
今言った通りだ。
Are you listening?
クリスティ
Good. Commence preparations for Operation
オペレーションベルダンディ
Bethundy.
を開始する。
いや、
First,
少しはどう
explain what that is.
お前の言うタイム
We're going to build your time limit machine, Christina. And you better not say it can't be done. Not after showing me the way.
ここまで俺をその気にさせておいて。
ま
Well,
あ、秋葉原なら
this is
パーツも揃ってるから
Akihabara. I should be
なん
able
と
to
かな
find
る
the
とは
parts I
思うけ
need.
ど。
決まりだ。
Then it's decided. I'm placing you in charge of this operation. Whatever you need, ask, and it shall be yours.
人類史上
Together,
初の
we shall complete the first time leap machine in human history. Odysseus nods, her eyes are shining with a fierce, hungry light. As I thought, she's a scientist to the core. Odysseus and Dadu go home, leaving Mayuri. I might leave this here for now because that was a really epic sort of explanation of what's going to happen very shortly and what moves the story forwards. Since the scene has changed, let's leave it here. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series. I am, as it is one of my favorite. So, I hope to see you in the next video. And thanks for watching again.